Welcome to our YouTube channel Sera Media. Kwa majina natambulikana kama Gaudensia Mahanga. Hello guys, karibuni tena to Sera Media. I'm your host Gaudensia Mahanga kama kawaida.
Hey, mambo vipi? Naitwa Otibenza hapo. Ukiniona nimekuja kuwakilisha Sera Media. Sera Media ni platform ile kali imekuja na ubaya.
Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel once again, Sera Media kama kawaida. I'm your host Gaudensia Mahanga, and today I'm back again with another interesting topic to talk to you guys about how to survive long distance relationships. I know for those of us about katika relationships which are long distance, you understand that feeling that being away from your spouse or even someone whom you are aspiring to get married to is not an easy thing. But here are a few tips or guidelines which can help you to survive and make that relationship of yours work. So our number one point is you always need something to look forward to together. You as a couple, lazima mkuwe na kitu yenye ambayo it is keeping you together in that relationship despite the distance barrier that you have. The hope that you two people, after this 1 year of not being together, after these few months of not seeing one another, there is a hope that even though that we are spending time apart from one another, we shall still get married. Or there is a common goal that you two people are purposing to achieve together. There is a destiny which is intertwined between the two of you. There is an ambition, there is a desire, there is a business, there is a goal that you have to fulfill. So that hope is what will always make you to stick to one another despite the barrier, despite the distance that you are having or you are experiencing in your relationship. So that hope that you are clinging to this person, that the fact that I'm not seeing them, but the time that I'll see them, there is something that we are going to achieve together. There is something that, there's a step that we are going to make and go forward to. So that hope is very important. That need of having something that you are looking forward to as to when we will meet again, that you are going to achieve, it is more than important. So once you have that in your relationship, I believe that it will help you to survive and to wait upon one another until the time that you're going to meet once again. Our second point is be slow to judge. I know that there's that instinct when you are apart from one another that brings a lot of questions, that what is he doing, what is she doing, who is she with now, is she still faithful or not, has she found someone else who is better than me, is she considering me to be the right person, or is he considering me to be the right person, or has he found another option? So those are the questions, and most of the time you may start making assumptions of which even are not true, which are not perfect. They're just in your head because of that distance. Maybe the person has not even picked a phone for like some few hours. You have called and they have gone missing. Maybe their phone is off, and you start thinking and start raising questions and making assumptions as to why they have not picked your phone call. And it's a genuine reason, but most of us, we tend to judge. We tend to raise a lot of questions in our heads once our spouses, our partners are far away from us, and that is one thing that can make the relationship to end very fast. So ensure that you have a positive thinking, not unless there is an evidence of something that has occurred or there is a truth to the thing that you are thinking about. Don't judge, don't make assumptions, don't start raising questions which will bring a lot of suspicions and make that relationship to start having a lot of arguments or queries here and there. So this is one of the tips that is going to help your relationship, despite the fact that there's a distance barrier, to last for a long time. So be slow to judge. So our third point is make communication optional. I know that this one is almost impossible because almost all relationships, you have a schedule as to I must make 10 phone calls in a day with the person that I'm in a relationship with. Or rather, let me put it this way, that you must communicate in the morning, during the day, and even in the evening. But what if it doesn't happen? What if the person that you're in a relationship with is quite busy at the moment? What if they're in a kind of a job, let's say a military job, whereby then the nature of their job does not allow them to communicate each and every time? There are people who can even go missing from their phone for even 2 or 3 days because their job does not allow them to be in a position to communicate or to handle devices like those. So what do? You have to tune your mind to accept the fact that communication has to be optional. In that, even if you are used to chatting at night and it doesn't happen, if you're used to calling one another during the day, and if maybe that day your spouse is busy and they have not gotten in touch with you, you have to accept that they are busy, and you have to accept that they're not cheating on you, or maybe they have not started getting interest on something else other than you, but it is a situation that they're out of control with. So tune your mind into accepting that communication has to be optional depending on the situation, and that one will help a lot in making your relationship to survive for even a longer time. So our fourth point, and which is our final point for today, is make sure that the distance is temporary. I know that in any relationship, regardless of how much you love one another, there must be a hope of a happily ever after. You cannot just be in a relationship blindly, not knowing when again are you bound to see your spouse, when again are you bound to see this fiancé of yours who has gone abroad for studies, or for even to for him to work, or for her to do something, whatever it is. There must be hope that you are going to see one another once again. That hope of a happily ever after, it's what is supposed to make you to cling unto one another, knowing that despite the fact that I'm in a relationship with this person and right now they are far away from me, but there's hope that we are going to see one another once again, and we are going to establish the visions together, and we are going to achieve what we have in mind together. And we have to be realistic, guys, because some people will tell me that I have this person in a relationship and they have gone abroad, maybe they are going to pursue their studies further, and they're taking a 10-year contract maybe. Let me tell you, a 10-year contract is not easy. Most relationships will not even be able to survive that test of time. So you have to gauge yourself and know that this contract or this time that we are hoping to see one another, can I really take it as a person? Am I ready to stay for these 3 years faithfully committed to this person, as waiting upon them to come back again? Am I ready to wait for these 5 years? So these are the questions that you have to tune yourself and ask yourself before having the hope of you seeing one another again. So our viewers, this marks the end of our discussion or our topic today that we have made, and as I've said, is how to make your long distance relationship survive. I've given 4 strong points. Our number 1 is you always need something to look forward together to as a couple. Our second point is be slow to judge. Do not make any assumptions which are not needed. And number 3 is always make communication optional. It's not a must communication to go the way you are used to it. And finally, make sure that the distance is temporary. It should not be a distance whereby there's no hope of you two meeting again. So this marks the end of our topic or our discussion today. Until next time, I'm your host Gaudensia Maganga. Thank you for tuning in to Sere Media. Keep on subscribing if you are new to our channel, and don't forget to follow us on our social media handles, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, Sere Media. Until next time, see you again.